Hi Pisces, welcome to your daily reading. Hope you're doing well. Oh boy, let's see what we got going on for you. So this is going to be for Pisces placements. Wherever you have Pisces in your chart, this could resonate with you. If it's just a house in your chart, you don't have any kind of placements that are significant, and yet you still find yourself here. Trust that there are messages here for you. And thank you for taking the time to like, to share, to comment on the videos, to subscribe. Thank you always for your donations. They're always a wonderful surprise, make me smile and make me feel very appreciated. So thank you. And extra thank you to my members for your extra support. I'm just gonna jump in here, Pisces, see what we got going on. Always check the description box for other links to other readings that I think you could find useful, right? But also feel free to look, just have a look on the channel. If anything stands out to you, it's probably because you have messages in that video, so go ahead and watch it, okay? Pisces, daily energy and advice for Pisces. All right, Pisces, let's see what we got going on. We've been getting some doozies lately. But you know what? It's good because it means we're clearing out a lot of gunk. We're clearing out a lot of just murkiness and negativity. So let it go. Let it all go. Mercury retrograde. Cleansing time. Decluttering time. Release time. All right, Pisces. See what we got going on. Bottom of the deck. Oh, speaking of. Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is all about carrying a heavy burden. More often than not ours to carry, or not all of it anyway. Okay, this is where we're overextended, we're overdrawn, we are doing too much, and it's costing us. We're doing too much for other people or someone else's reasons, and it's costing us. Okay, it's a difficult burden to carry. It also talks about holding on to something. You know, when you're in it and you don't have that higher perspective, right? When you're in a situation and you just keep trying to keep it going, right? And then when you stop and you take a step back and you look at it, you're going, why did I keep working on that when clearly, you know, I should have just dropped it a long time ago. But when we're in it and our goal is to just fix it and keep it going, that's where we are. We're firefighters, right? We fix it, we keep it going. We fix it, we keep it going. Something else come up, we fix it, we keep it going. We don't have that higher perspective. When we get the higher perspective, that also means there's a different goal, because we're asking ourselves different questions, right? Because otherwise, why would we change our perspective? We're asking different questions, we need different information. And then when we see the whole thing and we are asking ourselves, we're either asking ourselves, how can I improve this? How can I streamline this? How can I make this better? Do I need to be doing this? Why am I doing this again? When we're starting to ask ourselves those kinds of questions, that's when we take a step back, see the whole thing. And that's when we realize, oh, wait a minute, you know, maybe I can drop this, I can drop that, and I can keep that going, you know, release some of the burden because that's not mine to carry and focus on my goals and make that a priority. Or, why am I doing this in the first place? I'm getting nothing out of it. I can drop the whole thing, right? But that's kind of how it goes. So let's see. Current situation. What we got going on? We have the Seven of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's a time for assessment. Definitely. Because we're holding on to something. What are we holding on to, though? Seven of Cups. Nothing. Thin air. A promise. What we think is going to happen in a situation, but we have no reason, no foundation to think that, right? These are like castles in the sky type of energy. For others, it's an energy of we have to make a choice. We don't really want to be making the choice because it means dropping some things and just choosing one, right? Or choosing 2 out of 7 or 3 out of 7. But either way, it means a change. Dropping something Okay, and we don't really want to be doing that either, because we're afraid of making the wrong choice, or we feel like we don't have enough information to make the decision, so we procrastinate. Seven of Cups. But while we're doing that, we're trying to carry everything forward, right? So we don't have to give up anything, so we don't have to drop anything, because what if we drop the wrong thing, for example, right? All right. But yeah, for some of us, this is a caution. This is asking us to ask ourselves different questions. Why are you doing this? What are you holding on to? Is it real? Is it valid? Or is it just a promise? Is it an assumption? Do you know what I mean? In the challenge position, look, we have Death and the Eight of Pentacles. Oh my God, this is so clear. And the challenge position is we keep working on something that's not going anywhere. I don't want to say it's dead, but kind of. It's a dead end. Where we keep working on something, we keep trying to work on something, we keep trying to improve on something that actually ended a long time ago. In that it can't be anything new, it can't be anything different. It reached its peak a while ago, and since then it's been stagnating, and it has kept us stagnating. Right? 10 of Wands. Wow. Oh boy, here we go again with the lemon. I'm gonna need a drink. I'm drinking coffee, but look at my mug. Right, I wish I could see you guys' mug. What are you guys drinking? And what are you drinking it out of? Is it a funny mug? What kind of mug is it? Let's have some fun, because this is gonna get deep and a bit intense. So we might as well have some fun. So you tell me about what it is you're drinking as you're watching this. If you're doing anything fun as you're watching this, or funny, and what kind of mug do you have? What's your favorite mug? This is my favorite mug, and it holds coffee, which is also my favorite. All right, okay, deep breaths, Pisces, let's go, come with me. Okay, here we go. What's on the mind? Six of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Lord Almighty, what's on the mind? You're in this place of expectation, right? To get a payoff, a reward. What's on the mind, your focus, what you're working towards in your mind, in your understanding, is you're going to get what you deserve in a situation. Meaning, this is where you use your own discernment, right? And put the messages where they go. Because that could mean a lot of different things. It could mean someone's going to keep their promise to you. That could be what you're expecting to get out of the situation, right? Someone keeping their promise to you, getting money somehow, getting paid for the situation, for the service, for the work, getting paid fairly, getting paid back for something, doing this for other people, expecting that when you need them, they'll be there for you. And that could be a false assumption, Pisces, and more often than not, unfortunately, it is. The expectation that, someone's going to choose you if you work hard enough, if you prove yourself enough times, if you, whether that's in career or to do with your money or to do with your love life, that someone's going to treat you the way you treat them. That's an assumption that you need to just double check, right? Because more often than not, it's not the case. And I'm not, knocking anybody for, in some cases, yeah, maybe we are giving to someone who just has no intention of repaying us or treating us exactly the same way in return. But in other instances, we could be giving to something, and they may want to give in return, but they're not capable of giving what we're giving them, or as much as what we're giving them, right? They just don't have that capacity, or they don't have that resource, or so it's worth having a conversation and clearing expectations, right? Because if it's a case of you expect 50-50, but they're never going to be able to give you 50-50, they can give you an equivalent, but they might not even know that you're expecting that from them, if that makes sense, right? This could be where you're giving someone a loan, they think you've gifted them something, or, it's that kind of energy. And the foundation, what's really going on? We have the King of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy could be significant. We also have Scorpio on the Death card. I feel like, to be honest, and again, roles could be reversed, but to be honest here, what this is someone's already checked out, 8 of Cups, emotionally. The Death card is in the challenge. So what that tells me is that someone's checked out emotionally. They may not have taken all the steps to officially leave something behind, but emotionally they're not there, right? This could be where someone's checked out emotionally. They're in their mind, they're not in the relationship anymore. You still live together, you still do things together, the day-to-day, the whatever, but emotionally they've checked out. They're already looking for a way out. They're waiting for the right time, or they're waiting to meet someone new, or they're actually trying to find a place. You know what I mean? And in your mind, you're carrying along like, or whoever this is, put the roles where they go, right? As an example, as if, yeah, we're building a future together. We're 50-50 in this. It's really important to take a step back and assess and reassess and make sure what you're thinking is correct, because looking at these cards, there's a false assumption here. For others of you, this is you've checked out of a situation, and someone else is now trying, right? In their mind, they think, either they think everything's good and everything's peachy, because we can do that, act like everything's good and everything's peachy. So in their mind, they think like everything's good and everything's peachy, and we're bopping along, carrying on day to day. And in that case, I don't know if you're postponing, going back to the 7 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles, I don't know if you're postponing the conversation. But I feel like the longer you leave it, the more it becomes a burden for you, and you're getting close to that point of just dropping it and dropping the mic and going, right? And if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. But with the 6 of Pentacles here, there's a being fair aspect. There's a karmic aspect here, meaning if you can wrap things up in a fair way, meaning at least have a conversation with the person, either give them a chance to improve upon what it is that ticked you off, if that's what you want to do, or just give them a heads up, have the conversation and come up with a plan of how you're going to split ways, or and I know that's not really how the world works, because it's difficult, and but that's the message, right? To be fair. If it's work, again, this could be where your company is now going to get all up and involved in what you're trying to do, and they might sign you up for courses, they might pay for stuff for you, they might get you new equipment. You're in your mind, you're out of there, you're looking for a new job, right? Because whatever they did, I feel like they didn't keep their word to you for far too long, to the point where you're like checked out. And this is where you're not telling them. And if it's business, it's a different level. If it's business, there's a different strategy there, because yes, you shouldn't just tell someone, hey, I'm going to quit at some point, so don't bother with me. No, you shouldn't do that. But again, find that fair, find what's fair in that situation, right? All right, so let's see what happened in the recent past. Oh God, yeah, look, Page of Pentacles and Judgment. There's been an offer, there's been a decision to either invest in something different, invest elsewhere. For others of you, there's been a decision to invest in you. And maybe it's because they want to keep you. Maybe it's because they want to keep working on this. If there has been a conversation and you're in the phase of you've given someone a chance to make it up to you, or you've given someone a chance to prove that they're going to keep their word to you, or prove that they're worthy, or prove that, they want this as much as you do. If you've given someone a chance to do that, right, recently, you've made that decision, okay, I'm going to give you some time, because you're trying to hold on to the situation. I'm going to give you some time to actually put some money where your mouth is. But just be aware, if it's not 50-50, if it's not fair, I'm out, then that's what we're looking at here, okay? And you're doing all the right things. It's a burden to you, but I feel like this person is trying, if that's the case, if that's the situation. If you've given someone a second chance, or if you've given someone a chance to prove themselves, I really feel like they're trying. I feel like they're scared. Look, 9 of Swords, 10 of Wands, Page of Swords. They're scared of you leaving. They're scared of you quitting. They're scared of losing you, however this resonates. And so they're now in a place of they're really trying to work on this. They're trying to resurrect this. They're trying to do better. They're trying to even something out, right? If you've carried the burden alone for a long time, however that resonates, they're trying to even that out. They're trying to balance it out, okay? Which is not a bad thing. But it's up to you to decide. You've given them, you've given them time. You've made the decision rationally, right? Okay, yeah, let's try again. I'm giving you this time. I'm giving you this amount of whatever, this leeway. You do with it what you will. Prove to me what you want to prove to me. Now, in the foundation, emotionally, you're holding back because you're trying to be smart about it, and as you should, right? And I feel like you're waiting, and this is the best strategy. You're waiting to see concrete pentacle. You're waiting to see concrete results, concrete action before you invest emotionally. You may invest in terms of giving them time, but you're not holding your breath over it. Emotionally, you're checked out until they give you a reason to check in or check back in. Pisces, I'm loving this, man. I really am, because it has to be fair. Like, why is that so difficult? You know what I mean? Well, I know why, because we're not that type of person that sits down and goes nickels and change and going, okay, I gave you this, you have to give me that in return. We're not that type of person, not knocking anybody. Maybe it's not a bad thing to be like that sometimes, maybe we should be a bit more like that, but we're just not. We don't have those kinds of boundaries in our minds. It's like, I'll help you, you'll help me when I need it, right? But we don't actually define how far we help them, what we expect from them. We don't actually set and define that, and we end up being taken advantage of. So this has been a lesson that you've been paying attention to with judgment here in fairness, value, worth, self-worth, expectations, communication about expectations, terms and conditions. Okay? You've been paying attention and you've applied what you're learning. You're applying what you've been learning, and it can balance something out. It can fix something if you want to fix it and completely redefine it, starting from scratch, okay? Because you're teaching someone how to treat you. They're paying attention, I will say that much. All right, let's see what we got going on here in the outcome. We have Strength, Leo energy, King of Rods, Aries, Leo, Sag, Two of Rods. I feel like you're seeing action, or you will be seeing action. But again, don't take my word for it. You check for yourself. You need to see results for yourself. Don't just take my word for it because I see in the cards. This is potential, okay? We need to see actual facts and actual actions, not potential. That's where we get stuck and get ourselves in bad situations, Pisces. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because we see the potential in something, and we treat it as if that potential has been fulfilled when it hasn't really. Guilty of that myself, right? So we see that someone has a potential to be a good person. We treat them as if they're already a good person, but they're not. Not yet. They haven't done the work to fulfill that potential, and it gets tricky. It gets messy. But yeah, what I'm seeing here is someone is stepping up, someone is taking charge, someone is making executive decisions and taking action because they want to win you back, win you over. They want you to stay. The partnership will be more, if I can say more fair, that's not quite correct, but you understand what I'm saying, more balanced, closer to balance. As a result, it's seeing eye to eye, right? It's like the Two of Cups, but with actions, integrity, communication, not just the emotion is my point, right? Strategy. This is like, we're seeing eye to eye, but I'm keeping my eye on you, This is also discussing, there's negotiation here. There's a meeting, there's an interview, there's a negotiation, discussing terms, discussing goals. What is our future? What do you want your career to be? Where do you want to go, and how can we help you there, and how is that going to benefit us in return? Type of conversation. They are stepping up. If this is the situation. If you've already exited something, this is something new coming in. It's going to be on your terms. What else do we have? We have the Two of Swords and the Seven of Swords. And the Knight of Cups. So if you're leaving something behind where it's just cups, right? It's just emotion, it's playing, pulling at your heartstrings, making promises, you know, saying all the nice things, saying all the right words, but taking none of the action, right? You could be putting up a boundary with someone, cutting someone off, blocking them. They're trying to keep coming at you with, but it's just charm. It's just words. It's trying to woo you. And you're like, I'm not trying to be wooed here, right? I'm not trying to be wooed. I'm looking at the balance of what it is you're doing, and you're not doing much. You're saying everything, but you're not doing much. Or the things that you're doing are not really relevant to what we discussed. You're just trying to impress me. I'm not impressed. I told you what to do. You're not doing it. So it's like you saying to someone, show me that you can pay the bills. Show me that you have a steady income and you can pay the bills for the next 6 months, and then we'll talk. And then instead of doing that, they come up and they come up to your house with a car, and they go, here, I bought you a car. And you're going, wait, that's dumb. Why? Right? They think you're going to be so impressed that they bought you a car. And you're like, no, that's dumb. What did I tell you to do? Like, what is this? But you're in that mode because you're unemotional. Because if you were still emotionally invested in that situation, you would see that Knight of Cups as, oh my God, this is so amazing. Because that's how it works, right? But when you're unemotional and you're just in math mode, pretty much, right? It's like, what I tell you to do, what are you doing? What is that? You know? Oh my God, Pisces. Oh, I'm loving it. Ooh. Oh boy, oh boy. Let me just get one more card on Two Swords with the Seven of Swords. What is that? Apology. Okay, apologies. That's fine then. That's fine. If it's a case of they're stepping up, they're taking the action, they're doing what they need to do, but they're trying to kind of, let's not talk about what happened. Let's start fresh from here, which is not necessarily the wrong approach, but I feel like you need to hear it. You need an apology. Like, you need to hear it, right? And there may be a bit of Five of Wands, but I thought we're starting fresh and we're starting over. And you're going, yeah, but I just need to hear that, and then that can be done. I just need to hear that. I just need an apology. I just need an acknowledgement, and then we can move on. You're gonna get it. Six of Wands. It's your whatever. Again, on your terms. An apology and a gift, potentially. But again, this is someone stepping up. And if it's, I'm getting a mix of scenarios, okay? So you just work with me here. You know your story, okay? Where you're dealing with a habitual liar and making promises galore, never keeping them, not a single one. This is the person you're done with and you're looking for something else. However it resonates, right? If it's love life, if it's career, if it's business related. In that case, you've been waiting for the money, or you've been waiting for the new opportunity, the new job, or the new place to be confirmed before you officially put an end to this, legally or however, right? And if that's the situation, you're getting that confirmation. And this could also be you just leaving, right? No conversation, sending your resignation directly to HR so you don't have to deal with your manager, getting something, filing for divorce, or getting their name off the lease or whatever it is, and they're just getting notified. It doesn't have to be a conversation, right? Or they come home and they find a note saying, you're good, you're done, you're out, don't come find me, whatever, right? Kind of conversation with Seven of Swords and Two Swords. And then you're out of there and you're celebrating your new opportunity. That's one scenario. For others of you, where there has been High Priestess, Temperance, Knight of Swords, Two of Pentacles, where it's been kind of in and out. It's been kind of in and out. They keep some promises, they don't keep others, or you kind of have to chase them for them to keep their promises, and you just had enough. You just went, listen, I can't. I'm not doing this anymore. When you ask me to do something for you, I do it. No questions asked. I just do it. When I ask you to do something for me, I have to remind you, and then I have to chase you. Then you have to tell me I'm nagging, and then you do it. Can we just skip that part? Can you just do it? Right? That kind of situation, right? You put your foot down. You checked out. You might have told them so. You might have stepped away from them. You might have put distance between the two of them, right? Or the two of you, or you just emotionally checked out, right? Whatever it is. That person, you may have had a recent conversation, or it's happening soon, is asking you for more time, is asking you for a second chance, is asking you for an opportunity for them to prove themselves to you, or they're asking you, what do you want me to do? What would it take for you to stay? What would it take for us to go back to happy times? What would it take, right? And that's where you're explaining your terms and conditions to them, and then you're giving them the time to put their money where their mouth is. Okay, if you've done that already, again, we're skipping over here where someone does step up. It is closer to fair. It is closer to balanced. It's discussing terms, conditions, negotiating, talking about expectations, making plans, right? Again, it's taking a step back from the Three of Wands. It's doing exactly what I was saying, right? Would be the best approach in the situation. Taking a step back from the Three of Wands. Before we go full speed ahead, assuming something, we go take a step back, sit down, have a conversation, hear it out, speak it out, hear it out, okay? To make sure, and maybe even signing paperwork, signing contracts, even if it's just like a promise you're making to each other, you're writing it down, right? Or it's you saying, can you send that in an email to me so we have that on record, right? And there's something here where they might try to gloss over something, and you're going, no, I'm going to also need that apology. Or no, I'm going to also need that public apology with the Six of Wands. I'm going to need you to tell people what's been what. I'm going to need you to tell people that that wasn't me. That was you. And from there, we can move on. There's something there as well, okay? And for others of you, all that is, yeah, getting on board, agreeing terms, signing documents, paperwork, making it official. Okay, yeah, we're moving forward. Yeah, we're putting the past behind us. But what you're not saying, nor should you, is Two of Swords, Seven of Swords. You're keeping an eye on everything. You're a lot more strategic, right? You're not going in as the King of Cups. You're going in as the King of Rods. Meaning you're not letting your emotions rule you. And you are allowing more of your voice, your strength, your sense of pride, healthy pride, right? Your terms, your conditions, your expectations. This is what it is. No negotiation. You're allowing more of that side of you to come to the surface to deal with the situation, right? They're seeing a very different side of you. You're a lot more about this is what's fair. Whereas maybe in the past you were, I understand that you might struggle to do that, so just do what you can, right? This time it's like, listen, it is what it is. If you can't play, don't be at the table, right? Type of conversation. There is victory here, there is apology, there is gift, there is a return to happier times, but again, monitoring the situation. So for the time being, if this is your story, and they're taking all the steps and they're taking all the actions and they're keeping their word and all that, right? You're staying, but it's a very different dynamic than what it was. It's not the same. Okay? Again, closer to fair, balanced, respectful. Okay? I feel like if it's romantic, for example, before it was more about the love and the whatever, and now it's like, no, I'm going to need some respect, and then we can talk about love. Okay? Very different dynamic. If it's job, again, if it's, before it was more about how well you get along with the team and how well you get along with the manager and understanding each other and being friends, right? And you valued that. This time it's like, no, first I need to make sure I'm treated fairly, respectfully, I'm paid what I deserve, and then we can be friends, not a problem. But there's a different focus. Do you see what I mean? The priorities have shifted. If it's a new situation, again, it will be you're starting from scratch and you're teaching this new person, this new company, this new group of people, whatever it is, how to treat you. And first and foremost is you want to be respected. Then we can be friends, And you're a little bit more careful with your heart. That's the strategy. 7 of Swords, 2 of Swords. First, you show me that you know how to treat me. First, you show me that you know how to respect me. And then I can invest emotionally in the situation. You're a lot more strategic with your heart and your other resources. And that's a big difference. And it's a healthier way to be, Pisces, if you ask me, okay? Because you get what you deserve that way. So let's see. Oracle energy and advice for Pisces here. I'm loving this reading, though. See? First, that's what you're not saying. First, you don't get my heart. First, you show me you can respect me and treat me properly, correctly. Then I'll give you my heart. Then I'll give you some emotion, right? Earn it. Prove you deserve it, okay? Awesome. I'm really loving this reading, Pisces. I've been loving all our readings recently because it's all about how we've learned our lessons and how we're integrating them and the changes that we're making in our lives as a result. And it's beautiful. Oh my God, again, shedding the old, 38, adding up to an 11. It's all about you, what you're doing, what you've learned, what you're applying. There is a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you'll be able to see these new prospects. And again, this could be where you took a step back and you asked yourself, why am I even doing this? You saw all these other options and all these other possibilities. That could be one of those that you're pursuing, right? Or that is what has given you the perspective of, I don't need to be here. Do you know I could be somewhere else? Do you know I could be working for someone else and being paid and treated better? Do you know I could be with someone else and be treated better? Like, I don't have to be here. Do you know that? I know that right now. Do you? Type of conversation. Let your personality shine. Number 33. Absolutely. You have something no one else has. And that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through. This is where you said, I'm not proving myself to you. I've done that already. I've done that in spades. You either get it or you don't. And if you don't, then that's fine. You go find somewhere else. I don't care. In whichever arena of life that applies. And they went, oh, wait a minute. Back on task, 39. Be sure you're using your time in the best possible manner, and that's what's changed. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you're working on. All could use some fine-tuning. You want to be in your life, you got to prove you deserve to be in my life. You want me to work for you, you got to prove you can pay me fairly. You want me to help you, not a problem. What am I getting out of it, though? Right? And if you're choosing to be charitable, then that's fine as well. But it needs to be discussed, right? It needs to be where you say to the person, I don't expect anything in return. Don't worry about it. Or it needs to be, I can give you this, but I'm going to need it back by this point in time. Is that acceptable? It's just that kind of conversation. Doesn't have to be a thing. Number 6, looking at the underbelly. Be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. Oh my God. It's the same message. I think that's a print error. Oh my God. That's an extra special then. Be sure that you're using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself or perhaps a project you're working on could use some fine-tuning. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. But again, this goes into looking at the details, asking the whys, looking at the underbelly, looking at the things you might have found uncomfortable to discuss in the past. If you're not comfortable discussing money, if you're not comfortable discussing, like asking someone to pay you back, if you're not comfortable, that has changed. You're looking at it, you're talking about it, because it needs to be talked about, right? Pisces, I'm loving this reading. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So I'm going to leave it there. Looking forward to your thoughts, okay? Let me know how you resonate with the reading if you do, what this is in your life, who this is in your life, what you got going on. And yeah, remember to tell me all about what it is you're drinking and what mug or cup or glass or whatever it is that's your favorite that you're drinking it out of, okay? Leaving it there, Pisces. Stay tuned for more readings that I will be doing this weekend. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Bye for now.